you enjoy the ancestral lifestyle,
I do.
and I'm sure you know about Liver King,
I do
everything that
know about
happened.
Liver King and what happened.
Yeah, when did you like learn about Liver King? Because I heard about Liver King because someone called you Liver King.
So I was living kind of like this before I even heard about Liver King.
Yeah,
So I was following Paul Saladino. He's also known as
yeah, I
Carnivore
heard of
MD.
him. Yeah,
So I was already eating organ meats, and basically I would also try grounding and stuff, but I didn't hear that from Saladino. I heard that from I think like Mark Sisian or something, or Cision. I don't know how to pronounce his
I don't
name,
know.
but he was also some primal. He'd always say
Yeah,
primal. But I learned about Liver King in maybe October of 2021, and I had already been eating like this for maybe 9 months ish.
no,
Six,
that's a
7,
while.
actually 7 months, 7 months. Because
Okay,
I started March 2021.
yeah, and when you started, did your brother start too?
Yeah, he did, but he doesn't eat the organs. He's a
Yeah,
little bit more of a picky eater, but he's very strict. He doesn't have seed oils or any not carbs, any grains, anything like that. But
yeah,
we'll eat fruit.
yeah, yeah. You eat fruit too.
Yeah, I eat a lot of fruit.
Yeah, that's good. Fruit's good for you.
I feel like I might eat more fruit than a lot of vegans, and I'm
Yeah,
not.
you probably do because you only eat like meat and fruit for the
Yeah,
most part. So it's
I have some cheats every now and then.
what's your go-to cheat
My
meal?
go-to cheat would probably be Haagen-Dazs ice
Oh
cream,
yeah.
but they don't have carrageenan in it or any like bean gums. So they're
Okay.
so it's just like basically egg yolks, milk, cream, and whatever flavor you're having, and then obviously cane sugar. But I'm
Mm.
pretty sure it's all organic too.
Oh, that's good.
So I'm not as worried about it. But then again, I'd rather eat like a banana or like an apple.
Yeah, and the way you're eating normally, a cheat meal once in a while is fine.
Yeah, and I feel like that's part of the reason I do it because it's kind of like I can eat a lot of foods that are honestly still really good. Like steak is
Yeah, that's
delicious.
one of the things. Because when I first heard about, I don't know if it was you doing carnivore. I think it probably was. You were doing carnivore diet, and
Yeah, I did the carnivore diet for like 6 months, I'd say, before I added fruit in.
yeah, and then I was kind of already doing that on accident, not strictly. I ate whatever, but I was working out hard and trying to gain a ton of weight. So for breakfast, I'd have like eggs.
Yeah, and
I'd
you
have
can't eat
eggs and
gluten,
sausage,
so
eggs and bacon. Yeah, so I wouldn't have bread with it. And then I don't know, at lunch I'd work out and then have a fat steak for lunch. Maybe have a burger for dinner. Like,
yeah, nothing better than steak.
yeah, I love steak. So
Get
I
the
kind of
butter
want to
on it.
try like carnivore, for like a month or two because I don't know, people seem to get pretty good results and quick results usually from it.
Yeah,
So
I my mental clarity got so
that's
much
what I heard.
better.
I have it written down here. There's a lot of benefits that people were talking about. A
My
lot of them.
GPA went from a 2.4 to literally my grades just closed for the semester and I had a 3.7.
Wow.
Compare that to 2.4 before. But then again, it could be just correlation. Who
It could
knows?
be.
But it doesn't feel like it.
No.
Maybe it's placebo. I don't know.
Well, the amount of people that say they have mental clarity from it, I mean, a lot of people mention anxiety, depression, and then other physical stuff like fat loss. And your
Yeah.
brother experienced that, right?
I never had any like mental issues, so I can't speak on or when I say mental issues, I mean like depression, anxiety.
Yeah.
So I can't personally speak on those, but I do know people who have said that they had like very improved
Yeah. I was doing a lot of research
mental health.
before on it, and yeah, a lot of people say that. Jordan Peterson and Michaela
Yeah.
Peterson, both.
Yeah, and they just eat steak, salt, and
They're
water, I
lion.
think.
They're lion diet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Steak, salt,
I did that
and
for
water.
1 month, the lion diet.
Really?
Because I just had ruminant meats. I mean, I also had like liver and
Yeah.
I didn't have heart, but I had liver. So that's still from a cow though. So
Yeah.
it was still red meat. And I will say the mental clarity did feel good that month, but when I added fruit, I didn't notice anything worse.
Yeah, I think what they were doing, and I did a lot of research on Michaela particularly because she like was really sick for years.
Yeah,
She
she
had
had
a
rheumatoid arthritis at like
yeah
2 or something.
yeah, and the doctors called it some sort of like they didn't know what it was called. They didn't know what it was, so they made up a name for it. And at 17, she had a hip replaced and an ankle replaced.
Yeah, I saw like the list of medications she was on at
Oh,
like 16,
yeah, I
I
didn't see
think.
it, but yeah, she said she
'Cause
did
she
say
had some
that.
like presentation. I think it was like the Carnivore meetup or something in Colorado
Oh,
a few years back, and she had like some presentation, and she went through all the medications, and she was like 16, and she was on
yeah.
like 20 different
Well, that
medications,
happens a
and
lot.
she's on none now, I'm pretty sure.
No, I don't think she is either. But she's been doing it for I think over 10 years now. I don't know how
Uh,
old she is.
I'm not sure if it's 10, but
It might be like 8
I
years.
know it's a
It's
decent
over
amount.
5 years for sure. I know that.
Because I know she got it from, I think, Sean Baker. And Sean Baker's been doing it for a while too.
Hmm. Yeah, but the difference between like them doing that and you doing that is they had autoimmune disorders,
Yeah,
and
I didn't really
and I
have
think
something forcing
they
me
had
to.
like a mental disorder. I don't know if it was from their autoimmune disorder or maybe they just had depression. But they both Jordan and Michaela both said they were
Well,
severely depressed.
well, I know carnosine, which is a nutrient found in red meat and mostly just animal products. It's been actually shown in studies versus depression medications that it actually outperforms the depression medications.
Yeah.
And people who are deficient in carnosine have like a very, what's it called? They're very similar rates of depression
Oh yeah.
versus, so it's like directly associated
Yeah. Yeah,
with
and
it.
she said when she got off the depression medication, she had like no withdrawal symptoms. So
Yeah, so
maybe that's because of the steak. Maybe she's just like that.
well, I think a lot of people have a lot of deficiencies related to red meat. I mean, people say creatine you should be having about 5 grams per day for the average person.
Where do you get creatine? Do you
It's
just
red
get it
meat.
from red meat? Okay.
Yeah, so I mean,
Yeah.
I eat like usually 2 to 4 pounds of red meat a day, maybe a little more on certain occasions,
Yeah.
but usually that's the variety I'll have. But 2 pounds of steak, you're gonna get about 5 grams of creatine.
Okay.
So
2 pounds?
yeah, and I usually
Yeah.
I
So
usually hit that pretty easily.
yeah, I'm sure I do too, and I don't even mean to. Maybe I don't. I have red meat every day, but not that much. I usually have it for one meal,
But
but I think I have enough.
but if you,
Probably.
how much do you weigh?
130.
130. So
One
you
140
might not
probably.
need 2 pounds to get you
Yeah.
the,
True.
because you might not need quite 5 grams. But I I know it's different for weight. Like I know women that are usually smaller and have less muscle mass are not they're not needing to get the same saturation of creatine as like someone who's 200 pounds.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's all relative.
Yeah, so it's hard to have like a blanket thing. And also, a lot of nutrient deficiencies are related to genetics. Like I know I have a genetic predisposition to low vitamin A,
Oh,
but
really? How do you know that?
I actually took a gene thing and it told me that I was very
Really?
very likely to
Wow.
have that. It also told me that I was more sensitive to gluten than I think like 60 or 70% of the population. Probably not as
Wow.
bad as you
Well,
though.
yeah, maybe, but
But
honestly, I'm not even that bad because there's a lot of people way worse than me.
yeah, but
See, I don't have
it's a loud
celiac.
minority. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, I know what you mean.
Like the
Yeah, it
one
is a
percent
loud
that have
minority.
it, like it's very bad.
Yeah,
It's like peanut allergies. Almost no one has them,
yeah,
but you know everyone who has it, so it seems more
yeah,
prevalent.
and people who have it kind of need to make it known.
Yeah,
So a lot of them have
exactly.
it airborne, which I don't even I don't even understand that.
I
How
I
some
don't really either,
That's
but
pretty crazy. I would be scared to go like anywhere.
I feel like like wearing the surgical masks. I mean, I wouldn't be afraid of getting any disease from that, but I mean like
Yeah,
if you're airborne allergic to like peanut dust, I might be wearing one.
yeah, I would be scared.